Ladies and gentlemen, oh man, big time race coming up here, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to race 10 of 15 of the LUMCAR season. And it's at probably the greatest racetrack ever. That's a joke. It's at Charlotte. We're here at Charlotte, folks. And today, man oh man, Charlotte always produces bangers no matter what cars you put on this track. And we got the LUMCARs who always produce bangers no matter what track they on. So this race is going to be phenomenal. Don't mind the giant booms in the background here. It's 4th of July was when I'm recording this. It just so happened that it's 4th of July on Charlotte weekend when a bunch of, well, in Bumcar at least, American theme schemes were already planned. So it just happened that we're running this on the 4th of July weekend. There's no American theme schemes really here in the here in the field today. I know how to speak English. I mean, there are some, but none of them are like entirely changed for whatever. Y'all get what I'm saying. So let's talk about some stories and headlines. Talk about your list of D and Qs, because there's a long list here of D and Qs. A few big names. We're going to go from the lesser who cares names to the biggest names here. Everett 1, Holden, Porter Wyatt, Tallis, Ethan Jamerson, Eli Nightstick, Dylan Ellis, and Barb, who was driving the 53, D and Q'd. Brandon. Oh my gosh, who's wrecking? Who's hitting the wall? Anyway, that is your, like, yeah, we don't care about that. Because that's 62 62nd in points to 46th. Like, who cares? Okay, someone's still... Golly, brother. It is 12:30. Well, we're still setting off fireworks? I mean, believe me, I should probably shut my window, you know? God. You know, we're gonna shut the window real quick. I did not think about this. Hold on. Dude, there is shrapnel. I can hear the shrapnel falling down next to my house. Goodness. So, I mean, respect it though. Love to hear it. I love fireworks. Okay. And then people that we actually care about, because they actually have consistently shown up this season. Tyler Kuntz with his second D&Q of the season. Then we got Jace Coward for Running Bandit Racing. Ryan, Isaac, and Carter Gomez. Yeah, you heard that right. 4 PPA Motorsports cars. All 4 of their 4-time cars did not qualify. All D&Qs. Dylan Ellis, Ryan, Isaac, and Carter Gomez. But we'll talk about it because they're still in this race. So we'll talk about something there. And then the last one, big one, 16th in points right here. Emmanuel Bonds gets handed a D&Q. Very rough. You hate to see it, but he's had a great start to the year and, well, I guess great middle part. But D&Q's at Homestead in Charlotte, yeah, not helping him at all. All right, let's talk about your headlines. Yeah, Jihad Way made it in the 1. Don't know how that happened. Excuse me, I don't know how that happened. We got your points leader. Hold up. Your points leader, Amelia Bowman, winning by 14 points right now is the gap at the top of the table. With just 5 races left, Amelia looking to hold on to that championship lead. And here's the reason. Right here. This T-Mobile machine. You have not seen this T-Mobile car, or a T-Mobile car, since Sly Racing ran one in Bumcar last season. And that's because, well, they left. They were not happy with Sly Racing. However, Tyler Graves and PPA Motorsports was able to convince them to come back for, sponsor them for the full-time bum truck campaign. Tyler Graves, brand new rookie to the series. He's DNQ'd the last 2 races, his first ever 2 attempts, in fairness. So you can't really fault the guy. But you know what? He's trying. He's giving an attempt, for sure. That's what we can call it. So PPA Motorsports did get a car in the field, that being Mr. Tyler Graves. And we'll see what he can do. He's got something to prove here in LUMCAR today. Prove that he can at least race competently, and that he's got some potential. Because obviously, bump truck open race especially is just a swamp of alligators right now. Hard to get into that series. Taking a look here. Connor's in here. We got Mr. John Pallett made it in the show. And welcome back from injury. The 8 of Badger Sickle. Man, remember, a big-time injury at Golden State has kept him out for 8 races. So he's been actually ready to be back for a little bit now. But obviously, LUMCAR hasn't raced in 2 race weekends. But good to see Badger back. He won the heat race. In his respective heat, so maybe he's coming back better than ever. You know, I don't know. That would be pretty sick to see, especially because Phantom did a great job filling in his car. So we'll see what he can do. There's James Olsen, P2 in points currently. We've got Thad Shin up here. Right here, both Think Fast Racing cars made the show. But there you go. Thad Shin made it. Miracles do happen. We got Mr. Deshaun Herper repping a little... This is supposed to be like an American scheme. They didn't exactly throw the blue on, but this was made for Charlotte, okay? They wanted this for Charlotte regardless of where it ended up on the real life calendar, so it just happened to work out. Mike Skywalker's here. Nathan Strutz is here. And I think that's really it for the big time surprise participants. So, let's just get through practice here. We don't feel like sitting here the whole time. Arthur Doinker looking for revenge after last season. He's going to go P1 in practice after him having a strong gap at the front of the field last season on his way to his first career victory until he blew a tire. Very unfortunate. But he's looking for redemption here at the same race this year. Just behind him, you got Daniel Bell coming off a win at Canadian Tire, coming out of nowhere to do so. All of a sudden, P2 in practice as well. This man, Starfire Arrows Racing, put all 3 cars in the field this weekend, including Jihad Way, which is like having an anchor as a driver. And you know what? They're doing something here. They got something going on. They're in that camp. They got something. King David just behind him. You got Cash Welder, Spencer Ferris, Tyler Graves. On debut, P6. First time in a LUMCAR. There you go. Badger Sickle, Cool B, Shamwell, and Mike Skywalker top 10. What? Yo. Mike Skywalker out practicing Cruzell Whitman may be the craziest thing I think I've seen today. But he's not going to get him in qualifying. But currently after lap 1, it is Cash Welder bringing home the bacon with a P1 after the first lap. Daniel Bell, William Drake, Oliver Miller, JT Felix just behind him. Can anybody jump up there and make a challenge for pole position? We shall find out. Here we go. Lap number 2 being laid down. And it is going to be Cash Welder, who lands on pole position for this race here today. Which is big. He won the Homestead race as well. He's been great this season, man. Followed by Arthur Doinker, Daniel Bell, Shamwell P4, JT Felix, Oliver Miller, Badger Sickle, Cruzell Whitman, Wilson Bogey, and King David rounds out the top 10. Jake Mays, Nathan Strutz in his second career start. P12. Again, that's actually the 4th Starfire Arrows car. Excuse me, I forgot that they have 4 now because they merged with CKA Racing. And Nathan Strutz is making that car dance as well in his second ever race. Ozzy Allen, Helen Stockton, Robert Chin. We got Jimmer Troy, Amelia Bowman, your points leader, a little bit further back in the pack with William Drake, her teammate next to her. Josiah and Spencer Ferris rounds out the top 20. Who finished in dead last? It was someone else because Dodger had away. Honestly, wouldn't be surprising. Who finished in last in practice? Joseph Kiki. Yeah, okay. Great. Beast Racing needs to fire him. Yeah, Jihad Way goes dead last, but it's Casey who was actually last in terms of pace, but I'd imagine, like I said, Jihad Way, nothing would have really changed, honestly. Alright, happy hour. Let's figure out who's going to be happy in this hour here. And Arthur Doinker's looking phenomenal. He's going to win happy hour. Spencer Ferris, Cash Welder, Daniel Bell, Shamwell, Cruzo Whitman, Wilson Bogey, Badger-Sickle, Jake Mays, and Nathan Strutz rounds out the top 10. So with that being said, let's do some race predictions. I love doing some race predictions here. So who do I think... Who do I got coming from the back to the front here? You know, one of my candidates is for sure going to be Deshaun Harper. Just a very clean and consistent driver, and I think he could do it here today. Cool B also as well. He's a little bit more known as a speedway guy. So maybe he should be able to do pretty good in that 6. Anybody else? Tyler Graves, he's shown good pace, good potential this weekend. So with all PPA Motorsports efforts behind him, maybe he can figure out that car. I wouldn't be shocked if he's able to figure it out and get up towards the front of the pack. And that's my picks right there. Maybe watch out for Mike Skywalker, but I really wouldn't be. In terms of who's going to fall from the front to the back, though, Oliver Miller is going to be one of them. Unfortunately, just don't have a whole lot of belief in the 60 team, especially on a bigger track. Love Oliver, but not known as a speedway guy. So I'm sorry, I'm not going to be taking you for this one. And I think Badger Sickle's going to have some problems. Rather it be maybe he gets a little bit rusty behind the wheel. I know Beast Racing's always going to try and do a good job to prepare him for a race. But, you know, you never know, what could happen to him. He could definitely go out there and struggle today. Especially first time back in an actual car around 41 other competitors. May have a few issues and may find himself making a move that he probably shouldn't be making. A little rust. But who's going to win today's race? I'm going to have to take Arthur Doinker to get his revenge from last season. He looks great, as per usual, that 46. Always looks great on the speedway, so hopefully he can do something. And my pick outside of that, man, Daniel Bell. From Canadian Tire to now. He wins the Canadian Tire LUMCAR race in dominant, impressive fashion. Gets the call up to Bumcar. It's like, hey, do you want to run the 25 at Richmond for us? Since we really don't have anyone else, because Savage Racing and Dodge suck at getting good short track guys. And, hey, you got a P4 at Bristol. You can drive the car, sure. He goes out there, finishes a very respectable P15 in that 25 Packer Motorsports car. Does great. Next week is Kansas. They got no data on nothing in terms of any lower series drives. So it's just like, hey, Daniel Bell, you want to do it again? You want to take on this Kansas race? He does. He gets an extremely respectable P14 after running up front the whole day. He's gone from LUMCAR and made Bumcar look pretty good in a car that is mid to back of the pack. So Daniel Bell's showing infinite potential. I think he's going to have a good race here today. And of course, always got to watch out for JT Felix. Those are my picks. Sorry, Cash Welder. I do believe in you a lot, but I just don't. I don't know why. I'm not getting the vibe. So yeah, let's just get straight into this race here. 40 laps. Longest race technically of the season in terms of how long this will be taking. A lot of Dodges up here at the front today. Wilson Bogey, by the way. We got to make mention of this guy. Look at this qualifying position from him. Even at that, Jake Mays behind him Ozzy Allen back here. How we doing? A lot of different names and different faces up here towards the front of the pack. I'm intrigued to see how they can fare in this 40-lap race. This is going to be a race of, proving what you actually are. Proving how good you are. And Charlotte, very demanding, very high speed. Every corner, every lap is different. The high line could be an advantage. The low line could be an advantage. The middle line could be your best friend. We'll never know. Pace car is off. We're going to be going green flag racing here at Charlotte. We are racing here on the 4th of July. Fireworks are going off now. And Cash Welder is left the building. He's gone. Absolutely straight out the gates. Arthur Doinker does not get a good start at all. He's got Daniel Bell on his inside, but he's got JT Felix on Daniel Bell's inside. 3 wide, a little bit of contact going down in the turn 3 already. Badger Sickle getting aggressive. He wants to make it 4 potentially. He's not going to have a run though. JT Felix is going to have to back out side by side. Arthur Doinker and Daniel Bell. These two trying to stick it to each other. Shamwell trying to the very high line going on back here. Got some 3 wide action going on back pass behind them. JT Felix nearly dumps him right there. Arthur Doinker with an elevator. Elevator down to the bottom. What a move. Got the run up high. Daniel Bell tried to clear. He did. And Arthur Doinker just destroys him through 3 and 4. Beautiful job to get to second place. Meanwhile, gaggle of cars right here. Everybody else trying to figure it out. Oliver Miller is going straight backwards. Do not like to see that if you were Oliver. But look at this pack. 4 wide back in the back. 4 wide. We were 4 wide momentarily, but it looks as if we figured it out. Oh, Tyler Graves. Oh, jeez. I thought I saw Jim and Troy wrecking as well. Everybody's a little on edge here early in the run. Tyler Graves. You may recognize that last name, part of the Graves clan, Nathaniel Graves and Gavin Graves. Both 2 very good drivers starting from Season 1, the very start of the Bass Racing League. So, good to see someone else carrying on the name. Jeez Louise, Oliver Miller has not figured it out. Oh, Mike Skywalker runs into him. Oh, we are wrecking in the front stretch. Wrecking on the front, Helen Stockton seems to be the only one really affected by it. But we're going to be under caution here in this one. Lap 5, Helen Stockton goes around as Cash Welder and Arthur Doinker going side by side for the race lead. 3-car pull away up at the front. It's going to be a photo finish potentially. Back to the yellow flag. It's going to be Arthur Doinker leading us back. And man, oh man. I think there was something that just happened on the backstretch? No? I don't know why these 3 are slow. Big time issues right there. And Helen Stockton got absolutely slapped and paid the price for something that quite frankly wasn't her fault. Now let's go ahead and take a look. So, Oliver Miller had a phenomenal start in terms of qualifying and whatnot. Not in the actual race. Gets stuck up on the high line. He's got King David on his inside. His teammate Josiah's passing him on the bottom. And, oh, little King David puts him in the wall a little bit there. King David put him into the wall. Connor and a little Ajax almost wreck into each other, and then I think Mike Skywalker was having a panic attack. He's never been this far up the field in his life. Where were you running? P24. Oh my gosh. Actually, probably closer to like P22, P23. Anyway, he's got Coolby on his inside. Drifting up the racetrack a little bit. Actually. Oh, just absolutely bodies Helen Stockton out of the way. Don't really think this was Mike Skywalker's fault. That's right on board with him. You know, he probably, sheesh, probably could have not ran into the side of Oliver there, but Oliver, like, he's running his line, and there's no fault with that, especially because you see these two wrecking up ahead of you, so you don't know what's going on with that. You know you have a car to your inside, like, you know Oliver Miller's, excuse me, Cool B is here. Oliver's teammate. You can't see my mouse. That was my mouse. And then, yeah, Oliver just does not hold his line. Kind of comes down into him. And then, they would have been fine. But a little tip and... Yeah, Oliver just... Terrible start. I don't know exactly in terms of what happened here. Let's ride with Oliver. He's just trying to make the high line work. I mean, he gets a huge run. Absolutely mega run off the high line. Kind of getting squeezed here. And King David sends it just a little bit too hard. And ends up putting Oliver Miller deep inside that wall. And then just catches Mike Skywalker. And then just Alan Stockton is an innocent bystander. Who finds herself getting just destroyed. A little Ajax here. Had a moment. I think I don't know what happens here. Connor kind of, ooh. Low Ajax, I think, was a little bit scared because, yeah, Oliver is right there, so he comes down the track. Meanwhile, Connor thinks he's going to have the rest of the track to move up, and he does not. He tries to take his corner normally, which you can't really fault him for. But, yeah, that's an is what it is thing. And Helen Stockton, like I said, for her credit, not her fault. She innocent bystander for once, innocent bystander just gets crushed and destroyed. Easy flip, excuse me, easy spin, nothing hurt. So really can't fault her for that. Lights should be out on the pace car, so I'm gonna go grab me a quick thing of water. Well, here we go. It's going to be Cashwater around the outside. Can he get another blazing start on Arthur Doinker here? Arthur Doinker on the inside. They got Jake Mays and Daniel Bell just behind him. Two Red Bull cars on the top when we are back. Green flag racing yet again. And this time Arthur Doinker was able to get a pretty good start on the bottom. Gonna keep Cash Welder honest. And of course, Arthur Doinker is going to get a nice launch coming off of 1 and 2 because he's running that bottom line. Wilson Bogey looks like he wants to make a 3 wide, decides not to. Oh, Jake Mays cutting off the nose of Daniel Bell. Where did Jake Mays come from? Hello, how you doing? He's got a nice run coming from himself on the bottom here. Could he be looking for the race lead? He could be looking for it. Down on the bottom. Arthur Doinker is going to be able to try and power down around the outside. They're going to even up. Coming off the corner, Daniel Bell down on the bottom, making a 3 wide for the race lead. Is he going to send it in there? No, he can't. Not enough traction. Just does not have the cojones to send it in there. They're like 3 and 4 wide back there. I'm waiting for them to wreck coming off this corner. Still side by side for the race lead. Jake Mays and Arthur Doinker. I don't think I would have expected this Red Bull car of all the Red Bull cars to be the one battling for the race lead right now. Jake Mays, how you doing, pal? He's through. He's nearly clear of Arthur Doinker. If he can just have a great turn 3 and 4, in which he does on the bottom, he's going to slide up and block Arthur Doinker's lane. Arthur Doinker with an elevator, though. Switch back down on the bottom. Great move from Arthur Doinker. Jake Mays is going to lead that lap. Also, Ozzy Allen is up here. What? Who allowed this to happen? Cruzel Whitman looking to send it 3 wide as well. Cash Welder going backwards here. Oh, never mind. There goes Jake Mays. Now he's going backwards. Daniel Bell just passed him for P number 2. Three wide into turn number 1. Commentator had to get a little water in there because he's losing his voice on this 4th of July holiday. Cash Welder on the bottom clears Ozzy Allen through the middle. Cruzel Whitman getting aggressive back behind. The 2 Red Bull cars are going to battle it out. Cruzel Whitman going 3 wide in the middle. He's got Badger Sickle on his bottom. Cash Welder is going to clear up and out of there. Still 3 wide going on back here behind him for 5th place. Oh, looking at 4. Here comes William Drake on the bottom. Very bottom. Ozzy Allen trying to hold it around the outside. Cruzel Women in the middle. Badger Sickle's going to clear up into the middle, though. He's going to clear free. Somehow he made it out best out of everyone. And they are, oh man, Ozzy Allen nearly into the wall again. These guys are doing some racing right here. This is how you race, folks. 3 wide still. JT Felix and now William Drake entering the party here. Ozzy Allen just trying to hold it on this high line. Oh, a little bit of contact. William Drake did not want to give him the space. I think he thought he was clear. He was not. Ozzy Allen is still fighting tough around there. A little bit of contact. A little bit of a shot coming into 3. Maybe a little bit of bad blood. These two maybe not liking each other. Still 3 wide. King David's able to get through. Here comes Jimmer Choi looking to get through as well. Ozzy Allen is going backwards. You hate to see it, or you love to see it. I don't know. Cash Welder's past Daniel Bell, so 1-2 has remained as such. However, it is still Arthur Doinker in your race lead. Meanwhile, going on back. Hello. Hey, Larson lining up here is King David, nearly getting his nose chopped off there by Jimmer Choi. Holy smokes, 3 wide all over the place right now. King David wall right and just barely making contact, but what a run around the outside. King David gets on Spencer Ferris, who is also up here. I don't know, again, how did that happen? I don't know. There's a lot I'm trying to figure out about that mid pack right there. That like bottom half, the bottom half of the top 10. I can actually say half this time, but bottom half of the top 10 looks absolutely nutty. Daniel Bell gets back around Cash Welder, who's looking to get back past around him. These two are just swapping the position right now, going back and forth, back and forth. And they're going to clear and figure their lives out, at least momentarily. No, because here comes Jake Mays down on the bottom looking for P number 3. Which, for Jake Mays, is a miracle. Halfway through this one, though. Extremely interesting front pack here going on. Daniel Bell is going to get past though, but he may have a run coming down the backstretch. He may be able to send it into turn number 3. He does not, though. Still got some pretty absurd racing right now going on. Tyler Graves is looking phenomenal. He's been able to cut up through this pack. Meanwhile, ShamWow had a great start, but he's slowly but surely fading here. Not good. Not what you want to see. Got some 3 wide going on. And if you notice, there's Amelia Bowman. And there's your second place in points, James Olsen. Right there in the same pack. Again, not doing a good job here today. And unfortunately, the man who's chasing them in third is Cruzel Whitman, who is not helping himself nearly as much as he probably could or should be. After them, it's Helen Stockton. Somehow Helen's still up there. And then Cash Welder, Daniel Bell, who are doing their part for sure. I mean, Cash Welder is hunted down Arthur Doinker. All over him right now. Daniel Bell's falling back past Badger Sickle. No sign of rust or problems from him. He's looked great thus. Excuse me. He's looked great thus far. Into P number 4. Yeah, JT Felix in no man's land over here. Then he's got the choo-choo train going on back behind. Everyone trying to figure their lives out here. But, I mean, then you kind of got this backpack that's just, yeah, the 3 damaged cars are currently running last. Like I said, unfortunate for Mike Skywalker. Let's watch on board here with Cash Welder as he tries and hunts down Arthur Doinker. Arthur running a slightly higher line, so he's going to be able to get a little bit of a pretty good run down the backstretch. However, Cash Welder is going to be able to cancel that out by the draft, but look how just beautiful of a turn that was from Cash Welder all over that rear end right now. He could maybe make a move. He could make a send if he wanted to, but he's getting that thing to turn really well right now. On the bottom, but just not enough. Arthur's got definitely a power advantage going on. And if you Jake Mays sitting here behind him, you're kind of racing the race of your life. I don't. Let me check last season's stats, because I do not remember Jake Mays ever even getting a top 5 last season. Yeah, Jake Mays didn't even get a top 10 last season. And he's currently running P3. But he's got Cash Welder, the Red Bull teammate, up ahead. Down on the bottom. Nice drive in there by the 40. A beautiful job. Arthur Doinker trying to go side by side, trying to defend that position. But right now it seems just like it's not going to work out, because Cash Welder's got a fast car right now. He's got that thing dialed in. P1 goes back to Cash. Ka-ching, ka-chow. Meanwhile, this pack going on back here, they are hanging out. Cool Bees, hey, look at you. Running P15 right now. That's a pretty good run considering where you started. Certainly will do something. Wilson Bogey trying to get past Tyler Graves here down on the bottom. I mean, heck, this is the battle for P7 right here. Between Wilson Bogey, ShamWow, and Tyler Graves. Don't think I would have ever been saying that. Ever. But, hey, here we are. Wilson Bogey, great stuff, is able to clear. ShamWow's, I think, yet to get a top 10 this season. Which is absurd, because he looked like the future to end off last year. But I think the card just has not been good, because he's gotten a lot of top 20 finishes. A lot of top 20 finishes. Most of his finishes have been top 20s. Within that 15 spot range. But he's just yet to break into the top 10s, and really considering where his teammates are and what they're doing, I think it's more of a car thing than a talent thing for sure. Meanwhile, I mean, back here they're just, everybody's hanging out, having a great time here on 4th of July. Hey, Arthur, when did you get back to the race lead? Who let you back to the race lead? Daniel Bell's trying to go back for a P2 here. Jake Mays fell behind Badger Sickle, who's now fully fledged into this battle. He's trying to get past Cash Welder here. On the bottom, Cash is doing a pretty good defense around the outside. I mean, these two very even side by side, but it's only allowing Arthur Doinker to run away as the laps tick down. Could it be for him? Redemption. The word on his mind is redemption, especially after winning at Atlanta earlier this season. It'd be even sweeter to get his second career win in LUMCAR at a track that just fell right through his fingertips last season. He's not going to have any lap traffic problems. Looking pretty darn clear ahead. Badger Circle, Cash Welder still going to battle. This time Cash on the bottom, and I mean Cash on the bottom. That man's got a car and a half right now. He's flying. Also, JT Felix has just fallen into this pack back here. I guess that's what happens when you are in no man's land. ShamWow getting aggressive, trying to get past Wilson Bogey. Oh, Daniel Bell's all over the rear end of Arthur Doinker. I mean, either way, for these top dogs up here, it's a big point stay that is currently on the table. Especially for Daniel Bell, if he can take full advantage of this, he could easily insert himself into that title picture, which would be insane to think about. It's just to say out loud. But right now, Arthur Doinker just trying to clean up, trying to park the bus right now. He's got a lot of pressure from these two Dodges going on back behind him. Here comes Cash Welder. He got aggressive. He's not going to wait on Daniel Bell's BS. He needs to get going now. Down on the bottom. Daniel can't really hold around the outside, I think, nearly as well as he hoped. Arthur Doinker's got 3 more laps to survive. And with these two battling, he's going to be able to scoot away slowly but surely. Thing is, Cash Welder is blazing fast on the bottom. He makes easy work of Daniel Bell. Now he's all over the back bumper of the 46. Arthur Doinker is going to have to try and hold off this pressure. He runs a slightly higher line. He's going to try and get a higher run, get a big run coming off this corner to counteract Cash Welder getting the draft. Badger Sickle getting aggressive back there. 2 more laps to go. And again, Arthur Doinker running a slightly higher line. He's going to be able to use it to block Cash Welder off. Badger Sickle, Daniel Bell still fighting tough going on back there. This time Cash Welder is going to use an outside line. He's going to try and get a run coming off turn 4 as they approach the white flag one more time around. And Arthur Doinker pulls away big time through that corner. Gap to about 1 car length. Going to come down to Cash Welder. They both run the same exact line. He's going to have a huge head of steam coming off this corner. Massive amounts of draft help. However, he's going to have to make something work. He's going to have to make a send. He's going to have to try and do something to win here at Charlotte. All over that back bumper. But I don't think it's going to be enough. Going to come all the way to the line. And Arthur Doinker gets redemption for last season. He wins at Charlotte. And Daniel Bell actually ended up falling all the way to 5th. That's tough. Man, oh man. This is... we got to break down this top 10 here. This top 20 is a fun one. And look at that. James Olsen actually made it up to P19. Amelia Bowman, P22. That's her worst finish of the season by 10 positions. Oh my goodness. Also, someone just blew up on pit road. Hello? What is going on anyway? LUMCAR. Charlotte. Learn how to spell Charlotte. Oopsie. Race 10. Here we go. Here's your oh man. Here's the finishing results here from Charlotte. The longest race of the season. Arthur Doinker gets redemption and gets the dub, followed by Cash Welder, who was just running him down. He probably would have had a shot if he had one more lap. Badger Sickle won his first race back, gets a P3. Jake Mays gets his first career top 10 with a P4. Daniel Bell continues his hot streak with a P5. And they were by far the best 5. By far. JT Felix P6. Tyler Graves in his Bass Racing League debut gets himself a P7. All 4 of his teammates DNQ'd this race. He comes out there and gets a P7. Watch out. We'll see what he can do in the bum truck race. He's got to qualify for that first, but watch out for Tyler Graves. Shamwell behind him gets his first top 10 of the season. Cool B brings home another very solid finish to keep up his... I'm looking at the stats right now. He is the definition of 1 week on, 1 week off. 1 week on, 1 week off. Winner at Daytona, 40th, 6th, 40th, 10th, 34th. Winner. Okay, then he gets 5th place. Okay. Then back to 29th, and then 9th place. He's just flipping and flopping here. And Cruzel Whitman's going to be able to cash in big time here and get some points back. And he's going to round out the top 10. King David, Jimmer Choi with a P12. How you doing? Wilson Bogey, P13. Hello. Ozzy Allen, P14. Huh? Spencer Ferris, P15. Sweat. William Drake. Nathaniel Holsey come from the back. Nathan Strutz, P18. Very solid in his oval debut. James Olson should maybe get close. Actually, no, he won't be getting close to the points lead, but definitely will make up points. Robert Chin rounds out the top 20. Lil Ajak, Amelia Bowman, Isaac Lugo, Jasper Wow, Aldry, Josiah, Deshaun Herper, Autumn, who rounds out that. Connor and Thad Shin round out the top 30 with McKenna, Johnny, John Pallett, Nathan Slimmer had a terrible race today. What the heck? Jihad Way, Dean, Joseph Kiki, Mike Skywalker. Then you got Penelope, Casey, Helen Stockton, and then, Oliver Miller. Obviously had some big time problems there. But that's going to be it for this race, folks. Thank you so much for watching, liking, and subscribing. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.